Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm ready with another interesting story written by Mrs. Sudha Murthy. The title of the story is Who is Great? So let's get started, friends. Whenever I teach my class, I make sure that everyone participates in the question and answer session. I normally teach for 40 minutes, and the last 20 minutes I keep open for debates, questions, and answers. This way, students learn to express their opinions in front of others, and the teacher also understands how much the students have learned. Many times, I have learned a lot from my students during these sessions. Sometimes, their questions are so difficult, I'm not able to answer. Then I tell them that I will refer to my books and answer the next day. Frequently after the class, I tell a story which leads to debates. Once I made a statement. Many a times there is no perfect solution for a given problem. No solution is also a solution. Everything depends upon how you look at it. We make judgments on others depending upon what we think of them. My students immediately objected to this statement. Convince us, they said. Okay, I'll tell you a simple story. This happened many centuries back. There was a beautiful girl called Ratna Prabha who was rich and bright. She completed her studies and asked her teacher, "What shall I pay you as Guru Dakshana?" Her teacher replied, "Your father has already paid me. You don't have to worry." Ratna Prabha insisted, and the teacher was upset. He said to himself, "I want to test the courage of this girl. Let me put a difficult condition which she will not be able to fulfill. Then she will not trouble me anymore." So he said, "Ratna Prabha, on a moonless night, you should deck yourself with lots of jewelry and come to my house all alone." There was a forest between Ratna Prabha's house and the teacher's. The road was very bad. There were many animals in the forest and a river too. Ratna Prabha thought for a minute and went away. The teacher was very happy that he had silenced his student. Finally, it was a moonless night. Ratna Prabha decked herself with expensive jewelry and was about to set out to her teacher's house. Her father saw this and was very upset. He asked her where she was going. So Ratna Prabha narrated the story. Her father was taken aback. He said, "Your teacher is a nice person. You must have troubled him, which is why he told you to do this, just to teach you a lesson. I know him very well. I will explain to him tomorrow. Don't go. He will understand and he will pardon you. You're like a daughter to him." Ratna Prabha did not listen. She insisted on going all alone as she had promised she would. There were many animals in the forest, but she had made up her mind and kept walking. Suddenly, she was stopped by a young thief. He had never seen so many expensive ornaments and was delighted by the amount of money he would make that night. He stopped her and told her his intentions. Ratna Prabha was unperturbed. She said, "I promised my teacher I would go to him wearing all these ornaments. I will give them to you when I come back from my teacher's house. I always keep my word." The thief was surprised and let her go. But he followed her secretly to know what happened next. Ratna Prabha knocked on the door of the teacher's house. He opened the door and was surprised and sad to see her. "I thought you would take it as a joke. It was only to discourage you. I never thought you would come here against all the odds. Please go back home. I will bless you, my child. You are a woman of your word." Ratna Prabha turned to go back when the thief appeared before her. She said to him, "I promise to give you all my ornaments. Please take them." The thief smiled and said, "You're an unusual woman. I don't want anything from you. It is difficult to meet people like you." Ratna Prabha came home. Her father was waiting at the doorstep. She described everything to him. Her father was proud and happy. He said, "You're courageous and you kept your word. Come inside and take rest. You have traveled a lot today." When I completed the story, my students were not impressed. They said, "What is great in this story? There is a headstrong girl, a foolish teacher, and an impractical thief, and an irresponsible father. What do we have to learn from this story?" I told him, "That is how you view things. I understand the story in a different way. Courageous Ratna Prabha, kind-hearted teacher, generous thief, and a responsible father who values his daughter's words. Who do you think was the greatest person in this story?" A lot of noise broke out in the classroom. The students started debating and arguing amongst themselves. I was smiling and looking at them. One group got up and said, "Madam, we think Ratna Prabha was great because she was aware of all the difficulties and yet did not change her mind. She was opposed by her father, scared by the thief, worried about the animals in the forest, but still she believed that Guru Dakshina should be given to her teacher. We only hope, madam, you will not ask such a Guru Dakshina from us." The whole class burst into laughter. I did not answer. Another group immediately got up and argued. "We don't agree. There was nothing great about Ratna Prabha. She was a headstrong girl. The thief was the greatest person because a thief usually robs people without asking their victims or worrying about what happened to them afterwards. There is some bond between the teacher and Ratna Prabha and between Ratna Prabha and her father. They had some commitment to each other, whereas the thief was not a part of the system. So we think that the thief was the greatest personality." Before they could complete, another group got up and argued for the teacher. The teacher was the greatest. He told Ratna Prabha not to worry about the fees, but when she was adamant, he put forth a difficult condition. When she came, he was surprised and worried. He did not ask anything else. He blessed her wholeheartedly. The last group did not agree because they believed the father was the greatest. They argued. The father allowed Ratna Prabha to take her own decision. How many fathers even today allow their daughters to do that? Madam, in this class, how many girls can take independent decisions? Things became too noisy after this because the debate had now become personal. I realized it was time for me to interfere. I said, "There is no one person in this story who was great. It is the way we look at it. Similarly, whenever any problem arises, we should view it from different angles. The decisions each of us arrives at will be different. Whenever we blame somebody for a minute, we should enter into that person's mind and try to understand why he did what he did. Only then should we take a decision." Now my entire class agreed with me. So friends, this is the end of the story. And I really liked the story because in this story, we get to know that every problem has different solutions. And we should look at a problem from different angles, different perspectives, and then arrive a solution. Sometimes we tend to blame a person for the decision he or she has taken. But before we do that, first we must put ourselves in the shoes of that person, not literally. We just have to empathize the person. We just have to think from that person's perspective and why he had taken such a decision. If we do that, things will be simpler, things will be easy, and also there will be peace all around us. So, with this note, I'm taking leave. I am saying bye for this video. I'll get back to you with another interesting video. Thank you so much for watching, friends. Have a great day. Bye.